the Creation Evaluation Station. On this episode, we are going to be evaluating the entire Jurassic World Dominion Lego line. Yes, that's right. It is time for another top 10 sort of video. And they're sort of because they're not always 10 items. In this case, we have 9 sets that we're going to be looking at. And if you you haven't seen my reviews of all the sets, you can check them out. No, here. You can check them out here. They'll be somewhere in one of our corners here. There will be a link to playlist showing all of them. If you just want to hear my thoughts, I would make sure you use the timestamps to jump around, because they are in-depth reviews with all sorts of parts and other focused areas. But we're just going to be covering some of the basics. So if you wanted to hear the more deeper thoughts on each individual set, I would go look them up there. So yeah, we got 9 sets this time. I will talk about the whole entire wave in general after I get done. I guess let's get down to it. So, like I said, 9 sets. So, place number 9 is Quetzalcoatl Airplane Attack. Or Ambush. These are all long names. Forgive me. I'll probably flub them up more than once. Yeah, so that's number sitting at number 9 with a score of 9. Now these are not these rankings here are just my overall thoughts and ranking them. It's not based on the score that I give them at the end, although they will tend to follow that, but not entirely. Let's see, Quetzalcoatl, yeah, the airplane ambush. That is my least favorite set, and it's primarily because, I mean, the dinosaurs are great and all in all these sets, but the primary thing that I like the most about these sets are usually the vehicles, and I feel like this one had the weakest vehicle out of all the sets. The Quetzalcoatl itself, the Quetzalcoatlus itself, you know, it isn't a bad dinosaur. It could use some neck joints or whatever that would have made it better. But it's primarily, I made the put it last because of the vehicle was not probably my least favorite out of all of them. Now, number 8 is the TRex Dinosaur Breakout, the 4+ set, the larger 4+ set of the series. It's in place 8, and it scored an 8.5. This one, there are things I liked about it and things I didn't like about it. And as I said before, with the not the helicopter, the plane ambush, the vehicles in this I liked for the most part. I mean, you had the one helicopter was just okay. It was a 4+ vehicle. It's a very kind of, you know, chibi-fied, fun little vehicle, which is to be expected. Then there was the smaller little vehicle, which did not look like a 4+ vehicle because it was built out of basic pieces. Now they make much better looking vehicles now, but it looked very much like an older type of vehicle, that brick built vehicle that they used to do with the small wheels, and it also looked very much like a John Deere Gator. So it looked pretty good. I liked that. My biggest issue was some of the fencing system that they had going on. and also more or less what they were trying to go with the story elements. It didn't feel very thought out. They had just like placed things like, oh, here's the meat. Well, the meat's on the wrong side of the fence. Why? The dinosaur's on the back side, right? Oh, blah, blah, blah. It just like, we'll throw some elements together and this will be the set. That's how it felt. Though the garage wasn't too bad. And it fit all the vehicles as well. But yeah, that's number 8. Number 7 is the Pteranodon Chase, and this was also a 4+ set. This was the smaller one, and I like this one better than the bigger one. It just had more rhyme and reason to it than that one did, for sure. I mean, you got a fish market, you got a pteranodon that likes fish, that they would be chasing it, and the vehicle in it was very unique. It looked a bit like a Jeep, not quite as realistic, but a little bit, you know, distorted, whatever. But that's typical for 4+ sets, and I don't mind that. I don't mind the chibi-ness in the 4+ sets. It gives it a, you know, stylized look. It's just like, you know, you've got 4+ sets. It's just like you have the play school dinosaurs or whatever for younger toddlers, and the play school dinosaurs look cutified and cuter than the mainline Mattel Jurassic Park toys. That look more accurate and far more menacing in some aspects. So that's why I don't mind the 4+ sets being a little bit, the vehicles and stuff looking a little bit chibi-fied, cutesy, however you want to put it. So yeah, that got number 7. And see, I didn't put the 4+s at the very bottom. It was actually I think that was a 7+ set that was at the very bottom with the plane. So once again, I don't entirely hate the 4+ set. Now that being said, both these 4+ sets were not in the movie. They had nothing to do with the movie. Though at the time I put them together and reviewed them, I had not seen the movie. But yeah, they are in the Jurassic World Dominion line, but really don't have anything to do with it. Although the one set I believe is the only set that had one of the characters that were in the movie. And it was the more expensive one, kind of forcing you to buy the more expensive set. But let's see, we're up to number 6, the Truss Raptor. Okay, Truss Raptor Bike, Dinosaur Bike Chase. Okay, yeah, that's the one with the bike. It got a 9.5 for a grade. Number 6. This one was probably the weaker of the sets, and oh, that's what I forgot to mention. I was going to mention at the beginning of this that this list was really hard to make because a lot of these sets are very close in quality and stuff, and this is only my opinion. So yours may vary, but these are my general thoughts, and this is my list of these sets. But it was very hard to make because a lot of these are very similar in things, and some of the reasons why they're ranked the ring is just very small things that I put one above the other. And then this one was kind of on the harder side. Like I already talked about vehicles. This one, all it had was a motorcycle. And the motorcycle looked good. It wasn't really a brick-built vehicle. It's just one of their motorcycle parts. But besides the motorcycle, the rest of it had some neat things to it, like the dinosaur fighting pit thing, and the breakaway wall, which was kind of simple. It was not much of in the way of function, but that was nice, and it overall had a nice aesthetic to it. and the fact that it actually combined with the bigger set gave it a bigger +2. Though 6 is definitely not very high on the list. Like I said, this was a tough list to make, so things had to get placed wherever. Now the next one is actually the set that belongs to. Number 5 is the T-Rex and a Tyrannosaurus dinosaur breakout. Breakouts, ambushes, attacks. Pretty much the titles for all of these. Just throw a dinosaur name at the beginning of it. So yeah, that's number 5. That's in the middle. It also got a 9.5. I really like the truck that it came with. The overall set was okay. The breakaway, the dinosaur thing, just like with the other set it attaches to, the breaking of the building is a simple thing, but it's effective and fun for kids to play with, easily to put back together too. Yeah, I liked the vehicle the most out of that, and it was a good vehicle like the other ones. I think the weakest part is the building itself. It's a bit simple and a bit sparse. That's a good word. I think sparse, because the facade gave it a bigger appearance than what you actually got for the whole thing. Other than that, it was kind of just an okay set. Got one of the new Raptors in it and stuff. So that's number 5. Number 4. I'm sure this is some people's favorite sets, and it's definitely not a bad set. I just have reasons I put them in the reasons ahead, but the set is the Giganotosaurus and Therizinosaurus attack, the largest set in the wave. I did end up giving it a 10, so it's not like it was a poor set. This is just, I think I like the smaller sets better, just because there's more focused play with them. This set had a lot going on, and to have just an overall play set, it was pretty good, along with 2 large dinosaurs. I loved the helicopter in it. I loved it even more after seeing the movie, because it's very accurate. I need to talk about that. There's some other sets in relation to the movie, but yeah, the helicopter was really nice, and I liked that. And even the little ATV that comes with was kind of cute. The buildings, I really liked the tower. The tower build that was really cool. The main building was all right. It was very serviceable. It had very, other play value. Like it didn't feel like the dinosaurs were going to crash in onto the building. The building just felt like a scene that you could have the minifigures play around in, which is good too. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot to this. Like, really, you got almost 3 sets in one. One including the 2 dinosaurs fighting, the other one the building, and then the others the tower. And technically, they all sort of were different, separate scenes in the movie as well. So there was a lot going on, and which is fine. It was expensive set, so you'd want a lot there. I just think that the smaller sets were a little better with their focus. That's my opinion. And moving on from that, oh yeah, let's say one negative thing. One thing I didn't like about that was the Giganotosaurus itself not having any studs on it whatsoever. And Once again, shame Lego for that. It's not part of the system. Can't do anything with it. Can't have a guy ride on his back or build a saddle or give it wings or do anything weird like that. But yeah, moving on to number 3. We're moving into the top 3. And these were all sets that were roughly the same size. The number 3 spot is the Pyroraptor and Dilophosaurus Transport. This is the one set that had a different name to it. This also got a 9.5, so yeah, it's up there. As you see, it's not always in the same order. I like this set because it's very focused. It had a very nice vehicle. As I said, it focused more on one single thing, them transporting this dinosaur. Now, this set didn't. The appearance of this set did not happen in the movie. Aspects of it did. This vehicle was shown in the movie. The Dilophosaurus was shown in the movie. The Pyroraptor shown in the movie, but not all together in the same scene. They were separate scenes. But I think it's a pretty nice set with what you do with the traps and such. And I'm sorry about it, the beeping. We got a vehicle backing up outside. But yeah, that's where I put that one. The next one up, number 2 spot. Okay, yep. Blue and Beta Velociraptor Capture. Oh wait, that one's got a different name too. Oh well. A lot of them have the same name. This one, this one got a 10 as well. Yeah, I like this set. There was once again had a really good vehicle. That they had this trap that they had that fit inside the vehicle. And I don't know if they had to build it. It didn't seem like they had to really build much out of it, but they worked so organically with each other. But if you didn't have the trap in there, the truck looked perfectly natural too. So it was really well designed, and it looked like the vehicle that was used in the movie, roughly. And of course you got Blue and Beta. You got a new dinosaur mold in there, so that is kind of fun with that. And characters from the movie. That's really nice. Had a little bit of flora that went with it as well. I didn't really need that, no, but I used up some of the budget, I'm sure. Which we'll talk more about price in the bigger description. I'm not going to talk about it here in the individual set because this is not how I'm judging it by price. I'm judging it by just what I feel, what I like about the set as a set and not as a price, a product value. So that leads to our number 1 spot, and if you watched my reviews, you probably know what it is. It's the Triceratops pickup truck ambush. It got a 10, and it's my favorite. I really like the truck and the function that they put with the truck, but these top 3 could have almost been interspersed. Although I think this one is the best with that truck function because it's so original and neat, and it functions on such a small level. But yeah, the truck is my favorite, and the Triceratops is my favorite dinosaur, so it got boosted up to the top as well. But these top 3 probably could have been almost interchanged. The quality of these 3 sets, and even those 3 sets I really like them. So that's my list. If you like it or not, that's up to you. You could let me know which ones, how you would list them down below in the comments. But now we're going to talk more or less on the whole entire thing overall. Now, I don't have all of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets that they've made over the time, so I don't have everything to compare to. That being said, what I've seen of them compared to what you would get in the movies, I think this line had the most accurate stuff to the movies. Even though there are definitely inaccuracies to them, like I said, the one set had aspects from the several scenes from the movie, but the stuff was never in the same scene together. But everything there was very accurate to what was in the movie. So I did like that about this wave of sets. Now, the biggest problem is probably the pricing of these sets, and some of it, there's inflation involved for sure, but some of it I think is hype for the movie. Some of these sets just really look way too expensive for what you get, and I'm hoping that they're trying to feed off the hype with these prices, and as we move closer to Christmas and stuff, the prices will drop some. I mean, like I said, we still got inflation and you know, potential recession coming and stuff like that, so that's going to affect prices, of course. But these sets seem really excessively, some of them. See, the best priced set, I marked it here, was the Raptor Dinosaur Bike Chase. Which is kind of surprising, but it also didn't have a really big vehicle. And it's also attachment to the other set, which that was a little expensive. But yeah, that one was probably the best one. And the worst ones, well, the worst ones were the 4+ sets, but they were understandable. Although I think the TRex Breakout one was pretty bad. Like the older 4+ TRex Breakout set, they have slightly different names. That set, you got more of your money's worth. Well, this one you didn't, and I believe they're about the same size, but that one felt like a bigger, more stuff than this one. The smaller 4+ set I liked, even though it was really expensive, but it had a lot of large pieces in it. It was pretty bulky. You had the little fish stand there, and that was made up with some larger pieces too that were on the heavier side. You had the large chassis and stuff for the car, and pterodactyl itself, of course. So that price was more reasonable, but it was also just, yeah, it felt, I don't know, that was a little bit better price than the bigger one. But overall, this was a pricey wave, and I think they're going to be probably dropping the price some on some of this stuff. It is overall a fairly nice wave. My biggest complaint was probably the Quetzalcoatl airplane attack, and I didn't like the airplane, and some of that wasn't even the Lego's fault. Lego's fault. That was just the colors of it in the movie. It was kind of ugly, but it's what it's supposed to be, so they weren't inaccurate in that. The other part is it looked more chibified than accurate. When you look at all these other vehicles, they looked really good and fairly accurate. You know, minifigure size, but accurate. This one did not. And it felt that it didn't feel like a 4+ set in what you in assembly or whatever, but just the actual look of the vehicle with it's kind of deformed shape, which it had the general shape, but the sizes were off, the proportions were off, which is what I had issues with. But other than that, I really liked most of these sets. It's funny that the airplane set actually is probably better priced than the other $40 sets. The other $40 sets felt more like $25, $30 sets, while the airplane one was closer and felt more like $40. And I believe its price was more accurate, or closer to the standard, at least the old standard. I don't know what we should make the new standard. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts on the entire wave and how I ranked each and every set. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How would you rank them, and which one's your favorite, why? Yeah, let's talk about this Jurassic World line. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this, to hit that like button, and if you're new here, to please subscribe. I believe I just hit 60. We got 15 more to hit 75, which is the new millstone we'll try to aim for. Yeah, that's it for Jurassic World Dominion. I still have a few more Jurassic Park sets to review. I'm going to get Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the older ones, and I got what, 4? I got 3, and then 1 Camp Cretaceous set I might do some more later if I pick any more up, but see what happens. I'm not going to go out of my way to pick any of them up, but if I find some on clearance, I'll of course buy some. That's how I got some of the ones I already have. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Jurassic World Dominion, and we are going to finish up the rest of the Jurassic World, the Jurassic Park series sets, and I might do another video like this with those, although it's going to be not strictly to any particular wave, just everything I have, which means it'll probably be more than 10 sets. That's it here for me at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.